Do you really need a manufacturing specific IT support provider? Well, it really depends on what type of manufacturer you are, but usually we would say yes. Manufacturers are very different to most industries. There's a lot of sectors that there's not really compliance and there's no governance, and you don't necessarily need to have that tendering process. But when it comes to manufacturing, most do. So we need to make sure that your IT provider really understands what manufacturers need. So the first is industry expertise. Maybe you've got specific tools that potentially are slightly out of date. You might have a CNC machine that will only run on certain versions of Microsoft Windows, Windows 7, Windows 10 for example. So do you have that expertise within your IT support where they can properly ring fence those machines, because they really can't be on the same network as all of your other important business critical machines. The second element is compliance and standards. You need to make sure that your IT support provider really understands about your compliance. If you're ISO, are they going to be running your quarterly business review meetings with the compliance in mind? Or are you always working with someone that's generic and then you need to use additional resources internally for your compliance? So it's really important that if you've got certain compliance, and it may be security compliance or it could just be operational, then it's making sure that your IT support provider is really understanding where you need to be as a business, and then they can really help and propel you faster rather than hold you back and hinder. The third is operational continuity. This is all about whether your cybersecurity, whether your devices, is everything being really well looked after and monitored correctly so that you can be optimizing all of your hardware, and then it's making sure that the devices are super safe and able to really help everyone within your business. If they're not, and maybe that the actual monitoring isn't being done fully, then it's going to hold back the business, but your risk of being a victim of a cyber attack is much higher. And then the final element is, do they understand about your OT and your IT? So your operational technology and your information technology. These are often overlooked, and if you're just working with a standard IT supplier, then they probably won't know the difference or will just be treating it all as an overarching IT, whereas it is very different from an operational perspective. Syn-Star understands the unique challenges of what manufacturers and engineering businesses are facing every day, and it's so important that you work with a company that understands these challenges so they can really help you. So Syn-Star are offering you a free IT review. Please just click on the link.